I'll be doing a clean demonstration, teaching my participants. Okay, so how to actually do a clean. The first thing you have to know the distance between you and the kettlebell. So distance must be a feet from the kettlebell to where you stand. So you want your knees slightly bent, feet shoulder width apart. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna lower your hips into a hip hinge position. So lowering it basically down. So you want your back to be straight the whole time. You know, having a tabletop back. So now what you wanna do, you wanna hold the kettlebell internally. So if you're using your right arm, you're gonna go to the left hand side. Using your left arm, you're gonna go to the right hand side. So okay. So I'm holding it internally. Make sure that the thumb is facing at the back. So the thumb is always at the back, not at the front, at the back. That's why we say you must hold it internally. So now what's gonna happen, I'm gonna put it backwards, swing, and get into a clean. Now the main point here is that you must hold the kettlebell 45 degrees. As you can see here that this is a wrong grip, so you have to adjust the kettlebell to a 45 degree. And make sure that your elbow is close to your body the whole time. And also make sure that the forearm is inwards and the elbow is outward. So when going down, you want to twist it out, then twist it in, and go pick up. But make sure every time that your elbow is close to your body. Okay. So now I'm just going to demonstrate it again for the last time. Yeah, hold it internally. So you want to hold it from this side internally. Okay, now you want to swing in. Now, so you want to start with the swing at the back, then clean up. So you basically swing at the back, start from down, swing at the back, then clean up.
Go internally,
swing in. So you want to swing as you're holding it internally. You want to swing internally. And now, yeah, you twist it again. So you want to go internally. Yeah, twist it up. Yeah. So let's keep the movement going, but make sure that your elbow is close. Close to your body. So make sure that your elbow is close to your body. So make sure that your elbow is close to your body.
Okay. Start on the front.
Yeah. So now we'll be doing a snatch demo. Basically what you want to do, you want your feet to be shoulder width apart. You must be feet away from the kettlebell. So you want your knees to be slightly bent, having soft knees. Now you want to hinge your hip down, making sure that your back is straight. Now you want to hold the kettlebell. So when you're lifting up the kettlebell, you want to use the momentum. So you want to use the momentum going up. So it's one movement, but making sure that you're keeping your elbow close to your body. And then also when you're lowering it down, you want to be like you are actually doing a basketball
hoop,
a basketball shooting hoop. So it's going to be down there, then you control it down. So you want to keep it close, but making sure that your body is straight, close down. You're putting it down again, and then you're going up. So now demoing. Now the other hand.
So I go over.
Yeah, so make sure that your arm is actually close to your body. Okay, yeah. Now you want to lift it up using the momentum up straight up. Okay, now we have to just make sure that the shoulder is always close to you. So now we just want to bring it down. Okay, now you can put it down. Now try the other hand. So now hold it up. Keep the elbow close. And I want to lift it up using the momentum. Okay, nice. Slow it down nicely. once, change again. Okay, now so let's make sure we're keeping the shoulder close to the body. Okay, let's try the other one. Okay, let's slow it down now. So now we're doing a couple of squatting. So what you want to be a feet away from the kettlebell. So you want to have your knees partially bent, having soft knees. Having soft knees. So now what you're going to do, you want to have a straight back the whole time. So now you just engage your core, lower down your ribs, and make sure that you actually stay. So now you want to lower down. So when you're taking the kettlebell from the ground, make sure that your back is straight. Engaging your core even when you're lowering down. So you want to lower down, hold the kettlebell by the bone, making sure you're holding it tight. To hold it up and just position it on the top. So you want to hold it here. So now you want to make sure that you're closing the gap. If your elbows are touching, there's no problem. So now you want to make sure you're going down, your back is straight the whole time. So you're going down, then you're going to go up. So when you're going up, you are squeezing your glutes. So breathe in,
Upward motion, tighten your feet.
breathe in, breathe out. So make sure that your elbows are always in, not outside the legs, but in the legs. Okay. Now make sure you tighten up the core. Okay. Make sure you take it from the ground. Just make sure you're squeezing it together. Okay. Nicely. So now let's make sure that our elbows are inward, not outside our knee. Okay. Just hold it tighter. Nice. One, tighter. 1, 2. Great. Drag your back straight. Just breathe upwards. So inhale downwards. Exhale upwards. Inhale downwards. Exhale upwards. Nice one. So now we'll be doing a kettlebell swing. So in a kettlebell swing, we actually move in 2 positions. First position is the upward one. So the upward position, you want to be here. So you want your kettlebell to be in line with the shoulders. So you're straightening up, arms in line, holding the kettlebell. So make sure that your ribs are downwards and the deltoids too, and also engaging the core. Now the second position that you're going to be moving on is the hip hinge position, whereby lowering down your hips, making sure that your knees are soft bent, partially bent, in other words. And then now you want your back to be straight, to be a tabletop back. So those are the 2 positions that you'll be moving on. So for setting up, make sure that the kettlebell is a feet away from you. Now you want to hold the kettlebell as tight as possible, engaging the deltoids and engaging your latissimus dorsi. Now what you're going to do, you're going to want to swing to the back. So on the upper motion, when you get there, it's all about exhaling. So you want to exhale, engaging your glutes, then going down again. So you don't want to be getting into a squat, going lower down. No, you want to hold it. So, okay, now you can go. So, yeah, make sure that your latissimus dorsi is engaged. Make sure your deltoids are engaged. Make sure your core is also engaged. Okay, now I'm going to swing back. Up. Nice. Let's make sure we engaging our glutes. Nice one. Nice one. Okay, no problem. That's good. Okay, so now I'll be choosing one exercise, which is a clean push press. So basically, still the same protocol for the clean. So you want the kettlebell to be a foot away from you. So I'm a foot away from the kettlebell. Now what you're gonna do, you wanna make sure that your knees are slightly bent. Now you wanna get into a hip hinge position, making sure that the back is straight the whole time. Now I want you to put your kettlebell facing you this way. Now you're going to send your hand to the other side, which is an internal. So you're going to be doing an internal grip. Okay? So now what's going to happen, you're going to swing the kettlebell, putting it in the clean. But making sure, as you can see, my angle is wrong here, so I have to fix it. Now when I'm getting into a push-up press, I'm getting in a partial squat, I'm shooting out of it. Then bringing it down again to a clean. Taking it again, pushing out. Putting it down into clean, but you're still maintaining the what? The grip here. Be careful for the half grip, and make sure that when landing back to the clean, your forearm is actually inward and the elbow is outward. Make sure that you're keeping your elbow close to the body the whole time. Okay? So let's try doing it.
Is it outside grip?
Yeah, it's an outside grip here by the horn. So you want to hold it here by the horn, downwards a bit. Okay, awesome. Now what we want to do, we want to start to swing back.
Outside?
Yeah. So you want to swing back, up, keeping close, clean it up. Yeah. Now we're gonna go down into a partial squat and then shoot out. But we don't want to go low. We just want to be just in a partial squat. Then just push it up and press up. Ne? Okay. So let's start again. So the start of the swing. Remember to start with the swing. Remember to start with the swing here, so that we can get into our clean safely. Nicely. Nicely. Now let's just dip a little bit. Then up. Now, so then you can get it back to a clean position. Up again. Nice one. Nice one. Doing a Turkish get up demo, we'll be looking at the safety precautions because it's a very dangerous exercise. You can also hit yourself. So we'll be looking for safety in every movement that we'll be doing. So now you're gonna lie on your back sides, head facing upwards. Now if you're gonna be using your left hand side, you're gonna roll on the side of your left, but if you're going to be using your right hand side, so you're going to roll on your right hand side. Now what you want to do, you want to hold the kettlebell under, holding it firmly, and you're also going to hold it with the second hand. Make sure that both hands are on the kettlebell and you're holding it firmly and tight. Now you're going to take the kettlebell, go back on your back side, with the head facing upwards. Now you want the kettlebell to go on your chest. Now what you're going to do, you're going to lift up the kettlebell with both hands, keeping it up there. Now you're just going to lower down your hand. Now when you're lowering down your hand, so you're going to put your hand out. You don't want the hand to be too close or too far. You just want it to be in an angle. Now you're going to lift up your right leg. Still eyes on the kettlebell. You don't take your eyes off the kettlebell. Now you're gonna go up at an angle on your scapula on your back. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna go up on the elbow. Now from the elbow, you're gonna go up to a hand, and you're still looking at the kettlebell. Now what's going to happen, you're going to lift up the hip, send your left leg to the back, and now you're going to lift up your body using your left hand, and now you're going to go up straight, keeping an eye on the kettlebell. Also on the downward motion is the same movement. You're going to go down with your left leg. Then you're going to go down with your hand. From the hand, you're going to take out your left leg out. Now you're going to go down, sit down, while your left arm is still on the ground. Now you're going to lower it down to the elbow. Lower it down to the scapula, still keeping your eyes on the kettlebell. Now you're going to lower your back, extending your feet. Now you're going to hold the kettlebell. Both hands lowering it down to your chest. Now when it's on your chest, you're going to hold it and turn sideways to your right hand side. putting the kettlebell down. Pause. Okay, so now I want you, as you'll be using your right hand side, so I want you to go on your right hand side.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want you to take your right hand under the kettlebell, holding it nicely. Another hand on top. Okay, now I want you to turn back at your buttocks, face looking up. Now I want you to lower down the kettlebell to your chest. Keep it right there. Okay, nicely. Now I want you to lift up the kettlebell with both hands, keeping your eyes on the kettlebell the whole time. Now I want you to send your left hand at the side. Nice. It's at an angle. That's good. Now I want you to lift your right leg up, heel, close to the buttocks. Nice one. Now I want you to get up onto your shoulder. Okay. Now I want you to use your elbow to get up and be on your elbow. Nice one. Now I want you to put your hand, stuck it in the ground, and use your hand to lift up nicely. Now what I want you to do, I want you to send your hips upwards while keeping eye on the kettlebell, but you're going to be using your left hand. Oh, sorry, your left foot. Okay, now I want you to send your left foot under. Okay, nicely. Now I want you to start to left. Now I want you to get up. Just get up. Nice. Now what you're going to do again, so it's going to be the same movement. So I want you to lower down your left leg down. Keeping your eye on the kettlebell. That's good. Now what I want to take your left hand and stuck it on the ground. Nicely. Nice one. Now I want you to send your left feet to the front. Nicely holding it there. Now I want you to lower down your hips. So you have to keep it there and then lower down your hips. Yeah, lower down to your elbow. Scapula down. Okay. Now I want you to straighten. Now I want you to hold. Using your left hand into the kettlebell, lower it down to the chest. Nicely. Now I want you to go to your right hand side. Putting the kettlebell there.